I'm saying I don't know. What I mean by that is I don't want to be harsh, but I think it's a load of shit. That's what I mean by that.
Attention! All things shared in this video are simply the opinions of the Unexplained Files. The following footage is not tampered with, and all of the events and reactions are unplanned and genuine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are all doing well. You join me and Steve tonight for our very first Unexplained Files React, where we're going to be reacting to top 10 scariest moments, ghosts caught on camera, and some creepy cryptid moments. So let's take a look at these videos.
I'm pretty sure I've seen this one before.
I can't tell. It's like just a
Yeah, there's like something up on the
black
roof
mass or something like that, isn't it? Grab her, boys. It's mad to think, right? We did our video about the Bideford witches, and that was a real thing that people were worried about. But you don't think about it still being around, like now, people being afraid of like witches and stuff like that. Like,
No.
don't know what this is. I don't know. It could be a fucking bear for all I know. But the fact that they're hunting it down, like witch, get her, that's mad to see. Like now.
Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah, because like some of these, like, I don't know what you would call them, third world countries or whatever, they're still quite heavily believing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. It's just weird to me for people to be so freaked out by the thought of it being that, like.
It's probably just like a friggin' homeless person or something.
Yeah, just like, it could be a homeless person just crawling around with a tarp over them or something, like. Now they're just walking off. It's like a shadow of someone or something.
Someone just tried to shoot.
Yeah. That bit to me looks like, you know when someone like walks off down a corridor but there's like a light shining down it?
Yeah.
That's what that looks like to me. Like, that doesn't look like, and obviously then they're like, oh, she disappeared. So it could have just been someone's just fucked off back into their house.
Decide whether this recording is real or fake.
A supposed witch. To be honest, I think it's more than likely just...
And the thing is, like, being fucking pitch black, you can't tell anything from it, really. You just see a figure, so...
I mean, a lot of people were spooked there by it, which I think makes it a little bit more interesting. Yeah. But at the same time, if they're superstitious and they're going, it's a witch, it could have just been anyone. It is mad to be seen in today's world, people, like, freaking out over a person they think is a witch.
However, lately, alongside the usual content, he's been posting videos about a mysterious creature on his land. Casey, the user behind the account, noticed the creature observing his house for several days.
Oh, I don't know what to do here.
Oh, I think I might have seen this.
It appears that the creature...
Was that noise edited in, or was that supposed to be...
I think it's supposed to have happened, like, there. See, these things always freak me out, because like, in nature you hear some weird noises. Like, if you ever had like a fucking elk or like a moose screaming, like, it's a horrifying noise.
Because even like stags in, is it rutting season or something, makes some fucking mad, freaky sound.
Yeah, really noises. Loud and like guttural screams. So there's a lot of things going off, especially like in the, well, not wilderness, but like in a snowy landscape like that, obviously over in the States. There's going to be some big creatures that will make noises like that, depending on the season. But then I suppose it is a bit weird to be hearing it at night, for one.
Because you get that here, like with the stags and that. That's probably the weirdest thing you'd probably hear, apart from like a fox, like screaming or something that would freak you out. But you'd probably, the only one I wouldn't recognise straight off is a stag, because you don't. That's not something you hear very often.
Well, no.
A fox maybe. You'd be like, that's a fox.
Well,
Still freak you out though.
There's something about being like in the American sort of like just out there in the middle of nowhere in some mountainous region. Any noise that could just be any old creature suddenly becomes a lot more scary, because you hear those stories of like people going out into the woods and hunting like Bigfoot and all that lot. So suddenly it gets a lot freakier.
Managed to bypass the traps and is now getting dangerously close.
Son of a...
While in the bushes, Casey comes face to face with the creature, feeling threatened by its presence.
I wouldn't say face
To
to face.
scare it
but-
away, Casey fires a gun, which works momentarily, but the creature returns later on.
See, that could have been anything, though. To
Well,
see it
yeah,
from that
like-
distance, that could have been a wolf, that could have been any sort of
Elk
creature.
or anything.
Yeah. And another thing to think about as well, rabid creatures will often go towards things even if they're a threat and won't act like normal animals will. So that could have been a rabid creature, so it's heard the gunshot, and when it would normally bolt, because it's not, its
I
mind's
think like
obviously messed
usually
up.
something's rabid, it will actually literally go from it. Won't
charge.
just stand.
Yeah.
But then, like if it was like an elk or something, because them things are huge, aren't they?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
When they're standing up, so just because they're like, oh, the eyes were quite high or whatever, it could be anything. You can't tell because it's behind.
Yeah,
the
and I mean,
trees or
obviously he's
bush.
got the light, but you can see the eyes and they're noticeable. You can't see the rest of the shape of the creature. And another thing, if it's an animal that's around an area that there's a lot of hunting, it's going to react differently to a gunshot than, say, a deer that's just going to bolt. Whereas a creature like that might be, in a way, used to it, so it might startle it at first, but then it kind of just carries on, sort of lingering around.
I don't hear it anymore. Right there, bud. Something in there.
This
Adverts. Woo! Fuck off.
Should have signed my
time,
account.
Casey
Yeah.
stumbles upon the same creature in the forest, its eyes glowing ominously. Feeling his life is at risk, he cautiously approaches it at close range, but eventually...
Feeling his life is at risk, he cautiously approaches. Shouldn't you be rapidly running away, not getting closer to it? And he's got a gun, he don't need to get near it.
Several days pass, and one night the creature reappears.
Oh, damn!
See, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
That is weird. 'Cause if it's not an elk by this point, because an elk ain't getting up there. It's not a moose or anything of that sort.
Just trying to think, like, only animals I can imagine being like up on a roof would like be like a raccoon
Yeah, I
or
was
something
gonna
like
say.
that. So
And over here, I can imagine foxes and shit like that
Yeah,
scurrying
so-
their way up. But
not being able to tell exactly how big it was, you know.
I mean, as well, any sort of canine type creature has like a longer face, whereas that had quite like a round, sort of like
Yeah, I couldn't
more.
tell, to be honest. I could
more-
only see the eyes. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tell, but
I don't know.
it could be a raccoon. But then it's pretty fucking massive raccoon if that's the case. Then
Well, when you look at it compared to the window,
I suppose so. Yeah. And the thing is with raccoons as well is if they find food or they're given food, they do tend to like come back and swarm and that. So it wouldn't surprise me if he said that it was not hunting him but kept coming back. If it found a bin to get into or a way to get food, it would not surprise me if one or more came back and
Right,
just kept
yeah.
returning. So that could be why it's coming
Like,
backwards and forwards.
Yeah, that's I'm assuming something different that was in the trees because obviously that would be a lot smaller.
Yeah.
I can imagine than the first thing. So. something.
Will
Yeah.
is a YouTuber living a
I know
nomadic
this
life
dude.
in
Will's
his
whereabouts.
converted van, sharing typical recordings of his daily experiences and travels across the country on his channel.
I think I've seen one of his videos.
During one of his trips, something unsettling occurred.
I've seen this. This isn't like paranormal. Safe, isn't it? Just go
Yeah.
there with the gas
Just leave
ring
the
on.
fire on.
Because if we was at the dairy and heard that, I'd be like, let's get the
Let's
frick
say,
out of
okay.
here.
I mean, to be honest, we live quite near a lot of pubs. I hear that most Saturday nights. But I think isn't you guy you'll go on like stealth camp on
Yeah,
like
yeah,
public
yeah.
roads and stuff,
Yeah,
trying to get
yeah.
away with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, didn't you do this in London as well?
Yeah.
So, I'm not surprised.
No.
So, like, if you'd turn around and say, "Yeah, someone got stabbed," I'd be like, "Well, yeah, it's London." No.
Because I think he like occasionally goes out to these car parks, you know, kind of bit out of the way of the city and that. And then I think this was one of them. And you know, like you get all the people come out and pull up in their motors and
Yeah.
just dick around the smoke drugs or whatever they do.
Yeah. Not paranormal, but definitely if you woke up to it, you'd be a bit unsettled, I imagine.
Yeah, it definitely freak you out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight. There are people about 100 meters away, blazing music out. At least some good songs anyway. And some people screaming. Wish me luck, everybody.
In the middle of the night, Will was jolted awake by loud screams and moans, which he discovered were caused by a group of teenagers playing around nearby. However, what remains concerning is the reason behind their eerie noises. What do you think?
You just told us what was behind it.
While doing a string of paranormal investigations with Omar from Omar Gosh TV, we investigated a house which would later be referred to as the Conjuring House, due to the extreme amounts of paranormal activity that we were capturing while at this location.
I don't know. I think it's all right. I think it looks like a nice, cute little cabin.
During a moment that Omar was entering a room by himself, in the dark shadows just out of the flashlight's reach, what appears to be a child or an extremely small figure could be seen standing in the baby's crib.
Hello?
Did you catch it? Let me...
I was on board, right, until I see a full-blown bit of fabric just drop. And I saw the Jenga blocks fall over and I was like, right, okay, that's interesting. But as soon as I see that bit of fucking fabric drop, nah.
Let me show you again in slow motion. Completely unexplainable. Take a
Fish wire.
as I freeze this frame to give you a better view of it. As Omar...
The only thing it's got going for it is it's like totally rounded. It's not like there's a point in the middle that's hanging from, but
and how
still
do you go about filming? It is weird, but then one that doesn't look like a child. It's just just a sheet. Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like you're not gonna walk into a room like that with a torch and not see that. Like, if I go into a building and I know it's haunted, you bet the first thing I'm clocking at, are there any fucking dolls in here? Or if there's any, like, cribs or cots or, like, cubbies that things can hide in, I know all of them before I left that room. So I feel like I would shoot immediately to that, and I find it so convenient that it's, like, just out of where the torch is to see it clearly. That's when it happens.
I suppose, you know, like I can understand in a sense, because I might miss stuff like that, because I might go in a bit more cautiously, like just kind of like slowly looking around rather than just be like...
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would have seen it. But, I don't know. Like you said, it is intriguing that it's round instead of at a point. And how could you do that? Like, how would you achieve that effect, if anything?
Yeah, I don't know.
drops as if not wanting to be seen. This is the type of horrifying encounter that leaves us all stuck with nightmares for weeks to come.
See, what they should have, like, unless he didn't see it at all, I don't know if he caught it last minute, but if you did notice it after, you'd go over there,
grab the sheet,
pick it up and look around. So, like, then he could be like, look, there's no strings or anything on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether they didn't see it and then it was just noticed in the editing. So.
Well, yeah, it does look horrifying paranormal captures that we missed. Well, how the fuck do you miss that? Like,
you'd think you'd see some movement out your peripheral or something.
Yeah.
Because that, with that torch on, it might look dark on the camera, but I bet it's a lot lighter in that room.
Well, yeah, it will be, yeah,
because it's focused on that beam, so it's turning the exposure and the camera down.
Well, 100%. Well, I mean, another part of it as well is we've been in like areas where there's no light. When you have a torch on like that, the way that the light spreads is you can see a lot more than you would think, even though it's dark. Until you've been in, like, even if you're in a really, really, really dark space and you've got no light and it's just like moonlight, or if you're indoors, little things like a flashing green light charging something, you'd be really surprised how much light up.
Plus that being white walls, it would be reflecting a lot of light as well.
And also, like, you've got the lights coming through the blinds there, so you're going to see anything that, whether you intend to or not. So I struggle
And
Really struggle to believe
I'd be
that.
assuming he'd be looking in the direction that the beam's facing, not like looking over.
Well,
him
yeah,
quite
exactly.
there. So it's right just next to it. So
Yeah. Not on board with this one. The light was over it before it dropped as well. So there's no way he's not seen that. There's just no chance.
Is anyone in here?
Apparently not. You neither.
Imagine a presence watching you from the
they
darkness.
just happen to have a night vision camera set there, if that's the same room, but not looking at that car.
Yeah. I don't know if it's... It might be the same.
Unless that's a separate, another thing now. I don't know.
Let's have a look.
Toying with you, knowing just the right moment when to disappear. It's absolutely horrifying to think about.
Another point, right? In the first clip, he saw a foot looking this way, there, like 45 and all the way at the floor. Yet he did not, in front of his vision, maybe not even like a matter of centimetres to his right, did not see it. So a supposed child stood in a crib. I'm not saying they faked it, but I'm saying you couldn't pay me to believe it.
Number 4, have a seat. During season 4, we did an investigation which formerly became known as the White's House. We received word about a haunted location where the owner's parents had died on the property. Upon arriving, not only did we realize that they passed away on the property, but their bodies were still buried on the grounds.
That's crazy, dude.
Throughout the investigation, we uncovered a series of very, very strange events. From handprints all over a wall through a thermal detector, pounding upstairs as if someone was stomping right over our heads, a planchette moving off of the board completely on its own, and what sounded...
Seen a lot of things moving. Yeah. So we've got a planchette moving. And the last one we had Jenga going all over the place.
moving off of the board completely on its own, and what sounded like a goat or something strange within the house.
That was edited in. I'm confident that was edited in. Because you can hear him talking in the clip, and you can hear like the way the sound is going out and reflecting back in.
It depends what he says next, though, because, well, unless they made it up on the spot or like pre-planned, said, right, we're going to walk in here and hear a goat, so, you know.
Yeah, that to me sounded so low quality and so out of sync with the environment. I'm struggling to believe that even happened. Full stop.
In the house.
Yeah, like look at the way when he steps, when he's walking, you can hear it like bounce off things. The sound's kind of like you can hear the space, right? And then you hear this fucking low budget mono, like fucking, brrr, and then he goes, "Oh fuck!" Somehow, over the top of the sound, so you can't hear him any quieter. You're still hearing him crisp, which to me would suggest that it's like this sound's been put over the top of this one. And he's still spatial, yet they've heard it in the house, but not from anywhere. So unless you heard it, like, on top of the mic...
I'm not an expert with audio stuff, so you
But,
probably pick it out better than me.
Well, listen to how everything sounds so spatial, yet that sounds as if it was, like, sat on top of the mic. Just... There's no distance on it.
Activity felt so aggressive that all of us rushed to get out of the home. However,
I'm gonna hit
a
that
goat
one more,
or
'cause
something strange within the house.
Like, where in the house is that supposed to have come from? Because you can hear his mate coming down the stair behind him. So...
Yeah, God knows. I don't know.
And they perfectly happen to have the camera facing exactly where he's heard it.
Towards the end of this investigation, the activity felt so aggressive that all of us rushed to get out of the home. However, we realized that we had forgotten our static cameras in the building. Trying to get in and out as quickly as possible, each one of us ran towards a different camera to grab it and get out of the house. But after looking back at the footage when we were grabbing the cameras, you can clearly see a chair slide out on its own.
Yeah, see, someone could easily just be there and just like, pff. And
So-
you would have fucking heard that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you'd have heard a chair slide behind you and be like, what the fuck
I
was
think these guys might be the king of fishing wire and shit audio.
I have seen a few people debunking them though. You know, like I don't want to take anything of them off them because obviously they make good content. They're a popular channel.
I think, well, every paranormal channel has its place. Some of them are entertainment. Some of them are more.
That's why fuck all happens on ours.
Yeah, some of them are real investigators. Other people, these guys seem to have hit heavily on the side of this is entertainment, and it's not. Like, I don't know if they ever come out and just like, yeah, no, we're making this shit. But like, I'm telling you, that sound for one did not happen in that house. I'm confident in that. Like, you've heard like I could recreate that clip very easy. Just like, in fact, once we've filmed this, we'll get we'll walk around the house with the Osmo, and then I will put a shit audio over the top, and then side by side it, so you can hear like, oh fucking hell. In fact, I will take the same noise from the video and do it with exactly that, because I'm confident that it didn't happen. But yeah, no, these guys, entertaining content, none of it's real.
In the house.
Did you lock the door behind you?
Yeah.
It's wide open.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it
I
is.
think I've seen this one.
Hello?
At one moment, we were caught off guard by the sound of music playing from the front of the home, accompanied by the unnerving sight of ceiling lamps swaying back and forth rhythmically as if they were being pushed by an unseen hand.
What?
Bro, shiny light. Oh. Shh, shh, shh.
What is that?
Don't f with me.
I'm not with you. What is that?
No way. That's a do-it-yourself thing again.
Wait. Stop.
However, the incident that made number 3 on our list and truly took us by surprise happened as we ventured downstairs, drawn by an unexplained sound.
So before it gets into this next bit, I liked the swinging. That was cool. It could be done. It could be faked quite easy, and it's hard to prove. But in the same way that I can't say it's real, I also can't say it's fake, because it's very interesting timing. But from everything I've seen so far, I don't have a lot of faith in this channel. But like the front door being unlocked and opening up, that is quite a weird thing to happen. But once again, there's no way to prove that it is or isn't. And it's just like I said, hard to have faith
then
in it.
afterwards they could have just stuck a static cam on it or something to see if it happened again.
Well, exactly. It's the music playing in the house and things like that. Like, I have seen convincing stuff where things like that happens, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not overly convinced just because of the last things we've seen.
In the quiet darkness, multiple books suddenly catapulted off a shelf right before our eyes.
I hope the door's not opening it. Oh, what the? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, hold on, bro. Hold the
Alright, so get down there and look.
Have a look.
It's not
Yeah.
every.
Why is bro shirtless? This ain't your house. Why are you wandering around the middle of the night with no fucking shirt on? Yeah, no, I aside from the weird shirtless guy, the books flying off the shelf, I'd be straight fucking around that corner being like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it freaked me out. I don't know. I don't know whether I'd just run straight down and look, or whether I'd be like, if it would shock me enough that
I'd stand there
and
being
look
like,
and
what
be
the
like, oh,
fuck? And I wouldn't know what to do.
It's different, isn't it? Because like when you're watching this, you're like thinking,
I
oh,
would
there
do
could
this,
be
I would do
someone
this.
else there.
Well,
Like,
we heard the banging in the Lenwood Centre,
Yeah.
and we were just like,
But with us, you know, we'd know it was just us, but then someone else could be thinking, oh, there could be someone else around there, because
Well, yeah,
we'd like
exactly.
stopped and be like, shit, what's that?
and these guys do seem freaked out by it, but how much that could be put on. But I feel like, I mean, we'll watch on a little bit more and see if they do go and have a look to see what it was, but I don't know.
As we went down to investigate the mess, we were so focused on the books that we completely missed another mysterious event happening right under our noses. A lamp swinging ominously above.
Ominously.
It was our keen-eyed viewers who caught this detail and pointed it out in the comments. It seems even experienced paranormal investigators like us can miss the details even during editing in the heat of the moment. This goes to show how crucial your contributions are, shedding light on the parts of the investigations that we may have overlooked. Stay tuned as we continue to unravel the rest of our top 5 most haunted moments. So hey guys, if you're enjoying today's video, now would be the perfect time for you to hit that like button down below, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss the next upload when we drop it, and let's get this video to 50,000 likes so we can move on to the next episode.
A bunch more fake videos for you.
1. Hands of the Dead. During an investigation of a house with an evil presence, we encountered many strange occurrences throughout the night. There was even one moment where multiple doors slammed in an upstairs hallway, sending me and Colton out of the house. However, one of the strangest things that we have ever captured up to date on an investigation is when we were doing the initial walkthrough. Within minutes of starting the investigation, we passed by a room on the first floor hallway. Colton said that the room gave him a weird feeling. During the time of filming, we didn't notice anything in that room as we passed it by. However, as we look back at the video, something absolutely horrifying was captured. If you didn't catch it the first time,
or the second,
I didn't catch it that time either.
No.
Shine the flashlight in.
Hands. How many hands?
I can't tell.
Out of the room as we shine the flashlight in.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that things.
Yeah, I can't tell. I think it's just on the left side there. So I don't know if it's just 2 at the top or if there's that one's on the bottom as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like everything's
so weird though, isn't
yeah,
it?
like, why that? Why was it hands and not a face? Why was it not a person stood there? Like, if you're assuming that for these guys is like, well, whatever these guys think a ghost is, if a ghost is a person or a demon, why is its hands going for the window? Like, why is it not stood there looking at you? And why is it afraid of the light? You've got night vision cameras. Like, what's the issue there? And how do you miss something like that? Everything in these videos seems to just happen out of view of these guys. I've never known, like, we don't have any evidence, barely ever. These guys have apparently got so much evidence, they're missing shit like that.
Well, it's like, because the only one we had was where there's
growl.
like that, yeah, and like the kind of that shadow thing.
Yeah, the shadow thing.
Which obviously we didn't see at the time.
No. I mean, I wasn't even stood around there when it was seen.
I was there facing that way, but whether it was something that would have been noticeable when the night vision wasn't on, I don't know.
I'd love to sit down with these guys and like go over some raw footage, like raw takes of like audio recorded on the night and all that stuff. Cause I don't believe any of this for a second. I've not seen one thing here that I'm going, yeah, it's real. But it's hard. It's hard to think now because I've seen so much ludicrously, obviously not real things.
And the thing is, not knowing the paranormal, maybe weird shit like that can happen. Like just hands, like I don't know. It just seems, it seems weird though.
In my mind, I go to if it's real, which is a stretch. Why would it happen? How would you not see it? And like, there's just no. It feels like it's just scary shit happening to happen. There doesn't seem to be any sense to it. Like, if an entity's trying to freak you out, it's not doing very well because you apparently didn't notice on the night anyway. So it doesn't. Yeah, I can't get behind this.
And subscribe to our channel for more bone-chilling investigations.
I thought he was going to say for more bullshit for a minute there. I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. What I mean by that is I don't want to be harsh, but I think it's a load of shit. That's what I mean by that. And a lot of the problems that you'll find when you try and sort of look for these ghost caught on camera or paranormal moments videos is they're thrown in because it's often on compilation channels. So 1 minute you're getting a clip from Paranormal Activity, the next you're getting Dave down the road who's got a fucking camera and he's filmed in his shed and seen some weird shit in there. Like, see, it's hard to know what you're looking at and what's consistent. But either way, that's our first React video. If you guys have any specific videos that you have evidence that you really like and you're really intrigued by and you want us to take a look at and get our take on it, leave it in the comments, because we're happy to check out anything and give our opinion. Once again, it is only an opinion. We don't know for a fact that all of it is fake. And we've been out on our own investigations. We don't know everything about the paranormal. Nobody does. But this is just our honest opinions on what we think about it, our honest takes.
Yeah. You know, like, obviously, you know, video editing, and we've done, like you said, paranormal investigations and that, so we're just going by what we think is possible that you can kind of fake yourselves. And
I try and put myself in the mindset of how would I fake that if I was going to do it.
But then, like we were saying, you know, there could be just weird shit happening, like the hands that could be genuine. You don't know. But it just
that's
seems
another thing.
really weird.
We could be biased towards our own experience. It's like, what have we experienced? And so, because there's something that seems out of the ordinary that we hadn't experienced, we might be like, what the hell? Like, for example, if I'd have seen what happened for us in the Lenwood Centre, if I'd have seen that on someone else's video, would I have believed it or not before we experienced it? So there's always a chance for bias. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see more of these, well, I didn't say that before, but if you do want to see more of these or you want to see more of our content, I'll put up an iCard so you can check out different playlists. We have paranormal investigations, more real than these ones, so you can check those out if you want to see something genuine. We have some cryptid case files. So far we've done the story of the Bideford Witches, and we've done Dogmen, which is, I think, is one of our personal favourites. And there will be maybe some more. Actually, I don't know if I want to reveal what the next one will be yet, so I'll keep that for you guys to see later. And there's also some history of some haunted locations around as well. So check the archive if you want to see more of that. Thank you for watching this evening's video. This is our first ever React video, and depending on how well this does and how it comes out in the edit, we should be doing some more of these every so often. So once again, leave links to the videos you want us to react to in the comments down below. And we hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your evening. So take it easy.
Cheers, guys. Good night.